today we are back with our December TBR. Even though it's 5 days into December, it's fine. It's fine. We still have things to be read.
Yeah.
We're not done.
We haven't started.
I'm just going to jump right in and talk about what I'm currently reading, which I will obviously finish by the end of the month. And that is A Romance by Catherine Walsh. And you probably already know what this is about. Everyone talks about this book. It's available on Kindle Unlimited if that piques your interest. But this is about a girl and a guy that fly home back to Ireland from Chicago every year for Christmas. And they always plan on sitting next to each other. And this year, something happens with their flight. There's a storm, and so they can't make their flight home. And so she decides that she is going to make sure that he gets home to his family for Christmas because he loves Christmas. And guess what? She doesn't. Surprise. Surprise, surprise. And so she's like, I got you. I'll get you home for Christmas. And so she's like jumping all of these hurdles, paying all of the dollars, going out of her way to try to get him from Chicago to Ireland. And I'm not finished, obviously, but it's pretty funny. I'm hoping whenever they do make it back that there's good family vibes, because that's what I live for holiday books, is like large family gatherings with all the quirky relatives. So I'm hoping that happens at the end, at least, and there's some good screen time for that. So,
Okay, I'm currently reading 3.
actually 4, kind of. So reading Narnia.
Oh yeah, I'm reading 4 books right now. 3 of them are on my TBR, and there's only 6 books in my TBR, so I'm reading half my TBR.
Progress.
Which, sure, go
How
for
are
it,
you
Emily.
reading 3 at once?
Let me
How does
just
this work for you?
explain.
Okay.
Do you want me to talk about all of them right now?
Sure.
Okay,
Since you're reading all of them.
First I had started Sleigh Rides and Silver Bells at the Christmas Fair by Heidi Swain. I love this book. Love her, but she is a slow girl right now. I'm in a reading slump right now.
But you're reading 3 things
I need
at
something
once.
mindless, because here's the thing. This is a well-written Christmas book. Well-written. You have to think about it. It's not a Kindle book where it's just dialogue, okay? And my mind
There's a lot of characters.
is not alive. Like, I cannot process anything right now, it feels like. So we're putting a pause on this because I do love this. I love the characters. Totally reminds me of Downton Abbey.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to be able to appreciate this for what it is instead of feeling like I'm making myself read it. And I'm like 40-something pages in. Then I'm also reading Little Women, which I'm reading for school, but this is an exciting school read. This is my last book to read for English for the semester. I'm 100 pages in, but this is a really thick little guide. The text is big. It's very small because, I don't know, I saw this one and I was like, this seems like the perfect copy to annotate.
Yeah, the font is a good size.
So I am...
Aw, how cute are you?
Oh my gosh, you never check our Instagram. But yeah, I'm loving this. Reading it is confirming that I am in fact Meg March.
Oh, we all knew.
And I've never fully read this book. We read about half of it last year for our read aloud in the morning, and then just never finished it.
Yeah, like
nothing
school
against
ended
the
and
book.
We
We just got distracted.
should have just kept reading it in the summer.
Yeah. And then finally, I'm reading a Kindle Unlimited book. This is what I'm trying to get out of my reading slump. It's called Faking Christmas. I don't know what can be more mindless than a fake dating book. Like, that is just pure comedy. So, I feel like it's working, but I honestly haven't had time to read. Like, every time it's time to read, like when I get into bed and stuff, I just pass out, or something goes wrong, like our roof was leaking yesterday when I was reading. So, these things happen. It's going to be okay. But I guess I should tell you what this is about. I'm really ADHD right now. But this takes place at Winthrop Hall, I believe somewhere in the UK. Yeah. And we follow this girl named Anna who is a caretaker, and she's taking care of
She's like the mistress of the house.
Yeah.
The lady of the house.
And then their son comes home who's been gone for years. She doesn't like Christmas. He does. He doesn't like the estate. She does. So they like try to help each other. Yeah. Little Women, if you don't know what it's about.
Four sisters.
Do you call yourself a reader? Like. And then Faking Christmas is about 2 English teachers. She really hates him. But then she's going on a trip to her family's cabin, and they're going to try to get her to fall back in love with her ex-boyfriend. She's like, no, I have a boyfriend. And her sister's like, since when? Like, who? And she's like, Miles. And she's like, I knew you liked him because you talked about him all the time, even if you did hate him, but you wouldn't care that much. And then she's like, oh no, do I like him? I have to convince her I do. So that's where I'm at in the book. She hasn't like told Miles yet, but it should be entertaining. Okay.
Okay, speaking of fake dating, I'll just piggyback off of you and say, Meet Me in London by Georgia Toffolo. I started this, I'm like 50 pages in, and for some reason, it just wasn't driving with me. So I was like, I need to read something like fast-paced. So then I started reading the Natural series, and then I stuck with that. So I didn't come back to this, but I'm going to now. And this is also a fake dating. So this follows, kind of gives like You've Got Mail vibes. So the guy is like this big corporate heir, and he's going around and opening all these new stores. I can't think of like what kind of stores exactly they have, but he's in the middle of opening a new location, and he runs into this girl named, his name is Oliver, her name is Victoria, and she has dreams of being like a fashion designer, but she like was about to open a store with her ex-boyfriend, and he basically like took all her money and started his own store and like cast her aside. So now she's just kind of like trying to figure out what she wants to do with her life. And she has this charity for like underprivileged kids, so she teaches them about like fashion and design and stuff like that, which is really cool. So they run into each other, and I haven't even got to this part, but I know that his mom is like on him about bringing a girl home for Christmas, and so he's obviously going to invite Victoria to be that girl. So also fake dating. It's set in London. Chelsea to be exact. So I think it's gonna be cute. I just need to get into it, but it's like building up. So hopefully after it builds up, I'll get into it more.
Sidebar, I feel like all Christmas books are set in London or the UK. So if you know any that are set in specifically New York,
or anywhere.
I know of some that are just general winter books.
The Courtney Walsh one I just read is set in California.
Oh.
Well, they go from LA to the Midwest.
Oh.
Yeah, they go to Missouri?
That's funny.
I can't remember.
But I don't know, like, I need a You've Got Mail book, but Christmas time, because I also need a movie like that. Because I just want to watch You've Got Mail all the time, and I need something else for winter.
Yeah. Okay, so
I have...
Wait, you're reading that again?
I'll explain.
Okay, go ahead.
Explain.
I want to hear about this.
I'm going to be rereading Percy Jackson, The Lightning Thief, because the new show
is
coming out.
And
gosh,
I haven't read that in like over 10 years.
Yeah, I just read all these books, I think 2 years ago, around this time of year. I don't know when all the episodes come out. I don't know if it's like 2 come out, the release day, and then they're weekly. I don't know what their schedule is
like
yet.
The season is going to be like
I think
this
it's a season per book.
Okay.
But the trailer looks so good. So good. I have absolutely nothing against the casting of Annabeth as a black girl, but I am a little disappointed that they didn't give her like blonde in her hair or gray contacts, because Percy just describes her gray eyes literally constantly. Like, it's basically his personality is her eyes. And so that's a little disappointing, but Grover is like exactly what I pictured, and I don't know why. Everything looks so amazing. I want to live at that camp. I'm just so excited. Before I had read the books, I watched the movies like growing up, and I thought they were cool because I had never read the books. And then when I was in like 5th grade, probably, I read the first few books and I was like, oh, this isn't the same. So I'm glad this is like for my child self.
Okay, I am going to, because I just looked on my Libby app and saw today that my hold came in for the 3rd book in the Natural series, which is All In, and I am super excited about this book because it has a 4.38 Goodreads rating.
Wow.
Which is really high, and I'm pretty sure Haley Pham just read this book, and she was reading like her highest and lowest ranked books on Goodreads, on her to be read on Goodreads, and this was the highest.
Wow.
So, I don't know. This one, like, the old covers are cringy.
The tagline is so good.
What is this?
3.
Oh,
the 3.
yeah. 3 casinos, 3 bodies, 3 days. So, this one is obviously set place in casinos, and if you don't know anything about the series, it follows teenagers who are naturals, and they have different abilities, and they're working with the FBI to help solve crimes. So, in the last book, the way that it ended, the way that it ended made you realize that the next book was going to be, like, even more high stakes. So, yeah, I'm really excited to read this, and this is the last book in the series, right? Because isn't this a novella?
There was 4.
Oh, there is 4. Oh, that one has even higher. Wow, okay. I'm really vibing with the series. The first one was just like mid. The second one I liked even more. So I have really high hopes for this, and I'm very invested in the characters. I really like all of the characters.
I don't know why, but I feel like this is going to make you segue into your Melissa Myers superhero series.
Renegades.
Yes, I just feel like the group of teenagers and the powers is going to make you segue into that, which Rachel Catherine just read and, like, absolutely adored all of them.
You know what's interesting, too? I don't know. I only read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I still haven't finished that series. But I feel like I like this better.
Well, I don't feel like it's the same.
Yeah, but I feel like, I don't know. It's just very interesting. I really like the psychological aspects that are sprinkled throughout.
I mean, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder is her school project, so I think it's a little different. But,
I like the, like, troubled teens, like, discovering themselves, making use of their gifts.
So emo.
Yeah. They really are, actually. That's very accurate.
Okay, my next book, I know nothing about this author. I know nothing really about this book, except I absolutely love the cover.
I have a book by her, too.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, it says, all the 12 Days of Christmas. I'm so dumb. Anyways, I think this cover, is this not just so cute?
I like how it's, like, a dark background.
Yeah.
You don't see that very often, like, taking place at night.
And, yes, I love it, I love it. So this follows 3 half-sisters, and their father dies. They go to the town to read the will. So things begin in a small town.
Is this one set in England? Because this one is.
It says it's Rowan Thorpe, which sounds like an estate. So,
yeah.
I'm not sure where this takes place, actually. Maybe it's like Connecticut. Maybe we're having some Gilmore Girls vibes.
Ooh, okay.
Because the cover gives me that.
Like Stars Hollow?
Yeah. But I just think it's cute. The tagline is 3 bickering half-sisters, 1 unique antique shop, the coziest holiday season of their lives.
Antique shop? Say no more.
Like, doesn't this just look great? And this is so nerdy and cheesy of me and totally dramatic. But I literally wouldn't let myself read this until December because it's called a December to remember. And I was like, I have to. Like, if I'm going to post about this at the beginning of November, read a December to Remember in November. No, thank you. So I made myself wait.
Okay, well, this one is for sure set in England. And this follows a girl named Kate who is a Scrooge. She's a bah humbug girly. And she is a designer, and then she bakes for her friend's little cafe on the side. And her friends, I guess, are like tired of her lack of dating, and so they decide to sign her up for a dating agency, which I didn't even know there was such a thing. Like, what is that?
Like adoption? That's what I picture. Like, you have an
like a
let me do a home
shelter.
Inspection of
like
you.
An animal shelter, and they like bring the dogs and like put a bow on their neck,
monitor their behavior around each other. You know, make sure you treat them right, and they have good living circumstances.
Make sure you look really sad and pathetic so you can get adopted. Okay. Anyways, they sign her up for this dating agency, which I guess is like eHarmony, but in real life or something. Like, not online.
You'll find out.
I don't know. But she goes on 12 dates with 12 different men. Which just sounds like a really freaking good time. Like, the drama. I mean, like,
it's
12
like,
first dates.
It's like
it's
The
destined
Bachelor,
for
but,
comedy.
You know.
It is
separately.
It's kind of like that.
It's individually. It's not all at once, you know?
Yeah.
Can't lead anyone on if they only last
with
one date.
each new date more disastrous than the one before in the whole town, keeping tabs on her misadventures. Yes. Maybe I'll just skip right to this one, actually. I'll start this tomorrow.
We'll just read both of these at the same time.
Is that all of yours?
I have one more.
Okay, I only have one more, too.
Oh, I guess
I
it
just
is my
went.
turn. Right.
It's your turn.
Yes. I forgot what I was reading, and then I just looked at my phone and knew for some reason. Okay, my last book on my list. I don't know if I'm going to read this month. I feel like it does come out this month. Like, I'm not crazy,
what?
Right? Ruthless
Oh,
Vows.
yes, it does. I'm pretty sure.
But I'm not sure if I'm going to read it this month because I'm waiting for the Barnes & Noble hardcover sale. Because why would I get it the day of if a week later it's half the price? So, yeah. I'm not sure if I'm going to read it this month because if I have to wait until January for the sale.
the day after Christmas.
Oh, well. But yeah, I'm going to wait for the sale. So, I don't know if I'll read this month. But she might be purchased towards the end of this month.
Yeah, we usually...
And I'm ready.
We skirt on over to the Barnes & Noble hardback sale.
It was like...
Pretty...
All the roads were pretty much closed. And we still made...
Was that ours?
2 years ago, and we still made my dad drive us.
Yeah,
because
it's important.
This is money is life or death. Like, this is no joke. Once a year.
Okay, the last book I'm hoping to read, we'll see if it happens because it's kind of a little thicker, but this is Mortal Heart by Robin Lefevers. It's the third book in the His Fair Assassin
Is it a trilogy?
And, okay, like, these covers are so much better than the old ones. Like, here, Emmalynn, insert a picture of the old ones here, okay? Look how ugly they are. These are so much more vibey. And what I really want to get to, there's a duology that takes place after these, and it's about my favorite main character.
Oh.
So each one of these 3 books in this trilogy is about a different main girl. And the duology is about the girl that's talked about in the second book. So, I'm very excited to get to those, but I'm also excited to finish this series. But this is a historical fantasy, which you don't really hear about that often. But I can't really tell you what it's about, but it's about girls that are living at a convent, and the convent serves Saint Mortain, I think is how you say his name, and he is literally the saint of death. So, they're basically, like,
impressive.
Their whole life's work is to carry out death's will. So, it's kind of like Scythe, but make it historical fiction.
Gotta read it. Tell her to read it.
I know. I need to.
admirable for you to finish a series, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to finish my series. Also, I need to finish
Assassin's Apprentice?
Yes.
A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. What else?
Wait, I finished Assassin's Apprentice. I need to read the third one.
That's what I meant, the series. I don't. What's it called? Farseer. Trilogy.
Farseer.
Farseer.
Yeah, maybe Ruby won't disown me if I finish it.
Okay. The battery is flashing.
Yeah.
So we must go before it cuts me off.
Yep.
Because I will just forget to record an outro.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Merry Christmas. We'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye.